This is Jules, VP of a ketchup company,
Buzzkill.
about to use Grammarly to hand.
What up? What up? What's up, nation?
What
Getting
is
us a little
going
hype
on?
here.
We were running a little behind, so we thought you would give you a little taste of today's Super
My
Bowl
girl.
performer, Rihanna.
Well, sneak
We
peek.
love her. We love her.
Hey, she's my pick for Super Bowl winner. There we go.
For
Sorry.
sure.
Was I supposed to wait for that prediction? Damn.
Yes, she's my pick too. She's the only one I care about. Shoot.
She's your what you call your one freebie.
Hey,
There you
the
go.
football game's just the way of just in the way of the concert, if you ask me.
Right.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, what time does that concert start anyway?
I don't know, probably around 5:20 or so, I'm guessing. Something like that.
Halftime. With Super Bowl starts
Yeah.
at 3:30, takes a little minute. Yeah, somewhere about 5-ish. Somewhere in there.
Somewhere around there.
Say.
Remember, everyone, if you haven't already, light that torch, hit that like button, subscribe, and become a member. It's Super Bowl Sunday. So what is a Super Bowl Sunday without a drinking game? And you know, it has to be one and only thing because we're going to say it so many times. What's it going to be, y'all? Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Super Bowl. Wait. Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. We're not.
There we go.
Woo! Who made that drink?
Oh man,
Lordy.
Well, you know, I'm having my classic right now, whiskey ice. What a great mixed drink.
Nice. Hope everybody else is enjoying their morning, getting ready for the Who Cares Wins game.
Who Cares Wins game? I like it. What's up, Fishing Game? Leo Torres, Raider Speedy, BL, Jack Kenna. What's up, everyone? I'm just going to let Rihanna play in the background. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but I'm enjoying it.
There you go.
So we're going to also have Nevada Nick on here in about 8 minutes or so. He's going to give us his Nevada Nick picks. And
we know he's excited. We know he's hecka happy right now. I mean, it should be.
He's got his two favorites.
We almost had him all the way on the dark side.
Right?
Almost.
Now the Eagles are winning and everything. It's going to be a hard road, man.
Yes.
My question to him, though, is who he's rooting for, his favorite team or his favorite player? Because we know he loves I think he might love Patrick Mahomes a little more. I'm just saying.
My prediction, since this is a prediction show, my prediction is he's going to go for the Eagles.
All right. Look, I can see him backstage, like shaking his head. He's like, I can't even defend myself right now.
Honestly, as a Raider fan, and you guys, I hate to say this, but I think it's going to be an exciting game because Mahomes and Hurts. I mean, I do. You know what I mean? I hate Mahomes, but I give respect where respect is due, and I do respect this game. And I'm dang sure hoping that they both play their best game, and it's an exciting game. So. But, of course, with Mahomes losing in the end now, don't get me wrong. I can't take this too far.
Calm down now. Calm down. No, I think I'm right there with you. I want a good game, and I think it will be a good game. The Super Bowl always maybe it's just me because I don't have any interest usually because my team's never in it. They always seem really boring to me.
It's all about the commercials and the concert. Come on now.
Yeah.
Oh, the concert. We here for the concert.
I hope this is different, man. I mean,
me too.
I look at the play of both of these teams' defensive line weekend before last, and you know, because we have such bad defensive tackle play, I'm sitting here appreciating other teams' defensive tackle play, and I'm just like, wow, must be nice to have them hogs in the middle. Is that
what football looks like? Is that what good football looks like?
I know.
What are we watching here?
I hope our management is taking note that these guys got some hogs in the middle of that defensive line that are wreaking havoc. I mean, I think both of them got a defensive tackle with 7.5 sacks or something like that. I mean, could you imagine if we had one defensive tackle doing that with Crosby? And I mean, that could be the differences of 3 or 4 games. I mean, seriously. Yeah. So, you know, there's just, I hope our up, I hope our GM is taking a look and saying, yeah, we really got to step that up. So anyway,
our GM. Okay.
And yes, I relate everything back to Raiders. Everything I see, I'm going to be like, I wish my team would do that.
right, exactly.
I mean, go
ahead. Sorry.
No, go for it. Go for it.
No. You finished. You finished. My bad.
Well, I'm looking at both, as we were talking about, quarterback play. Well, both these teams drafted their quarterback. Come on. I mean, if that's the way we got to go to be successful, I mean, look at the weapons of mass destruction. And I'm only speaking of quarterbacks, not any of their receivers or anything like that. But if you look at these guys, you know what I mean? The arms race that's happening, let's just say in the AFC with Burrow, he was drafted by the Bengals. Josh Allen, he was drafted by Buffalo. You know what I mean? Of course, we got to see Mahomes. I'm like, come on. I mean, this is a quarterback. This draft seems to be really deep in quarterbacks. Don't miss. Don't miss. I don't care where you draft them. First round, third round. Don't miss. That's it. One job. Don't miss.
That's it. It's just that easy, right, Omar?
I'm gonna oversimplify the hell out of it. Don't miss. I need sniper precision out of our GM in this draft right now. That's it. I mean, one good draft, and we are there. I'm serious. One good draft. I look at the two guys playing today, and like I say, I just think, well, my team can do that. Our team could do that. I mean, look, if you look at all the drafted players, the Eagles.
Optimistic Omar is back.
I know, he's back.
They're loaded. I mean, I was looking at these Eagles players, and I think out of their starters, only one was brought in by free agency. The rest were drafted. And I'm like, my team can do that. We can do that. Hey, Mark Davis, if we can't do that, find someone that can. That's your only job. You got one job.
One job. Anyway. Do it right. I think this is the sentiment of every Raiders fan today. FKC, let's go Eagles.
Yeah.
I will today, the only day I'll be doing that really weird sissy
Eagle cheerleader,
whatever,
something. I don't know any of their,
they only have one.
I know fly Eagles fly. I know fly Eagles fly, and that's all you're gonna pretty much get out of me, I guess. I mean, just
they have a 12-year-old girl cheerleading song. You know what? Let's have Nevada Nick do that for us. I'm sure he got that down. But I did
demonstrate for us. Yeah, he's like, I don't want to be on the show anymore. I think you might just leave.
We can get all this information firsthand. I forgot about that. Nevada can educate us real quick.
I went back in time a little bit, and I saw an old reel of Kobe, and he was doing the Eagles chant. So,
I mean, today this might be a role reversal. We're always recruiting Nevada Nick to Raider Nation. Nevada Nick might recruit us for a day and give us our one-day Eagle membership.
This is all he's getting right here.
The one-day pass.
Yep. Let's
see what else
we got. KC won't have the sauce today. Hey, fishing game. I hope you are absolutely right. Let's do this. Jack said Stroud. Hey, I'll be down with Stroud, man. I have two quarterbacks, Jack, on my list. Everybody knows I want Hendon Hooker so I can get my Hooker jersey, and I like him. You know what? And I'm gonna tell everybody why. Here's my repeat of history. 2014, we drafted a defensive guy in the first round. He ended up being a beast. We know and we mourn his loss, Khalil Mack. And then we drafted Carr in the second round. Hey, I'm down for a repeat. Can we get Carter in the first and my guy Hooker? But Hooker be better than what we've had? I mean, I don't know if that's a lot to ask for, but hey, but I would still like Stroud too. And then maybe we do a reverse. Stroud in the first, some defensive beast in the second. I don't know. I don't care how we do it. You know what I mean? Just do it.
Just do it. So Raider Speedy says, Super Bowl. So he knows what the game of the day is. Let's see.
Yep. Can I just share this for a minute?
Yes.
Oh yeah, share. Please share.
Yes.
Oh, Kobe was an Eagles fan. All right, win one for Kobe, y'all. Win one for Kobe. Win for Kobe. Oh, now you'll put added pressure. I hope that trends all over social media right now. We added pressure. Hey, you know what though? Hopefully this curse stays true. The 49er fans went and hung 49er shit on Rocky statue, and some KC fans did the same. So I'm hoping the KC fans get the same result as the 49er fans. Ass whooping.
I'm down with that.
Right? I'm like, hey, okay. You want to follow in the footsteps of some other fans that, also wear red. I'm like, there's a lot of similarities there. I hope they get a similar outcome. Sure.
You're really stretching for those similarities there, but hey, we'll take them. Let's see. Yes, definitely knows. His prediction: this Super Bowl is going to the Muppets because they got Kermit the Frog for Kansas City, Fozzie for the Bear, Fozzie the Bear for the Eagles. Who's Fozzie the Bear? Is that the Kelsey brother? Who's that?
Yeah, because I think he's like fuzzy.
He's furry
or hairy.
Hey,
I don't know. I'm not sure.
He's fluffy.
Did his wife? It might be an omen for the Eagles. Didn't his wife bring their OBGYN to the game with her in case she goes into labor or something like that? I could have sworn I read that. I thought that was awesome. I'm like, wow, could a baby actually be born in the stadium?
Hey, she stay ready. Can't hate her.
Right?
She stay ready.
Supportive wife right there. Shit.
They brought the doctor to the game.
He's like, listen, one of these suites needs to be turned into a hospital room.
Right?
I need to have a leg spread while my husband's playing. Okay, all right. Shoot, I'm not mad.
I am not mad either.
Okay. I didn't read that. Maybe nobody can have some insight on the
I mean, how awesome would it be to have a baby and a Super Bowl W all on the same day in the building?
On the same day,
in
the building.
Oh my gosh,
let's go back to this fine memory here. The nation never forgets 1983 Raiders versus Eagles. We're so proud of ourselves. Look at that 40 years ago.
Hey, honor your history.
Hey,
We're gonna rub it in. We're gonna rub that in.
1983.
We're not even old enough to remember that, but okay, I'll take it.
All right, there you go.
Oh my goodness! Without further ado, though, let's bring in our resident expert, the Eagles fan / Mahomes admirer, we'll say.
I'm getting killed here. I'm getting killed here. My fight on Mahomes, man. And the Raiders beat the Eagles in 1980. It was 43 years ago. I wasn't even born. So,
okay.
It was 1980.
There you go.
Wow, you made me feel a little bit better, Nick. You said you weren't even born, and I'm like, hey, I watched that game.
The one thing I will say, though, for Raiders fans, you beat the Eagles. It was like, 15 months ago, and the Eagles were 2-5. So things can get turned around pretty quick if, you get the right decisions are made. That's the big thing, though.
Hey, good coaching was proved. We had how many one-year coaches go to the playoff this season? We had Giants, we had Minnesota. Coaching is everything. And to me, we still had we had a better product than they did, but they worked it. We didn't.
Yeah. And like Jalen Hurts, too. He's a second-round quarterback. So you had mentioned about Hooker. So
Hooker, baby. Man, Nick, I need my Hooker jersey. I'm like, I see it. I see it. 2014. I'm dreaming of a 2014 style draft. I'm gonna call it style draft because we want whoever we draft at quarterback to play even better than our former quarterback. So 2014 style because I would love to get another stud on defense.
I love Tennessee. I just don't know about walking around Vegas with a Hooker jersey on. You know what I mean?
Are you kidding me? That's the most super awesomest thing ever.
I think we all have a friend here.
Especially in Sin City, right?
Yeah. But we all have a friend here, Omar. Everyone knows here in Oakland, the Jersey, cocaine and hookers.
Oh, yeah. See?
Elwood.
Hey,
Jersey.
I'm going to start calling him. He could be like Nostradamus. He could be. That could have been a prophet. He don't even know. He was wearing a prophecy this whole time. We'll find out.
Years and years. That's what his jersey would read.
And since I'm a Mahomes fan, I said he's the best quarterback in football, but I'm not a fan of his. He is the best quarterback in football. That's his statement, the truth.
There it is.
Wow.
Yeah, we all hope he lose. Hey, have a good game, but lose. Just to be entertained.
Yeah.
Well, and all jokes aside, congratulations, Nevada Nick, for your team being in the Super Bowl. We're just hating on you a little bit in good fun.
Yeah, well, now it's about winning it still, because if you lose the night, ultimately, don't get me wrong, it's nice, but you still have that sour taste in your mouth.
Yeah.
I feel that. But hey, for me being a Raiders fan, I would be thrilled if they even could win a playoff game, let alone make it to the Super Bowl. So I understand where you're coming from, but that's an accomplishment to be celebrated. You doing anything fun today?
It is. What's that?
You doing anything fun today to celebrate?
Yeah, I'm going to a party.
All right.
A party.
I'm surprised actually, because parties are fun, like when you don't care about the team. I feel like if the Raiders were in the Super Bowl, well, maybe I'd be around other Raiders fans who would want to watch, but I would be annoyed if people were talking to me.
No, see, that's the thing. It's like a group of guys that love football, and because I couldn't do a bunch of people, and then too I'm weird. I usually watch the game every week with my brother, so if they're losing at halftime, I'll leave and go home because I'm worried I'm messing up the juju for the Eagles. So I watch the game at home. I'm very superstitious.
Yeah, well, you can leave at halftime because Rihanna's performing.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a concert today.
I'm going to say right now that I think that her performance is going to go down as one of the best Super Bowl performances of all time. And these are my two thoughts on it. First of all, she's got the catalog for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm listening to her right now, and I actually forgot the catalog that she has. But second of all, her team, the production of this, I am just ready to be mind blown. I think the production is going to be outstanding. I think that's what lacked a little bit last year with the Super Bowl. Of course, you've got Dre and Snoop and all these people that we love, but the production for me was lackluster.
I
thought J-Lo and Shakira was really good. I don't know about
the production better be good. Rihanna is number one, the second billionaire performer we've ever had in the Super Bowl. Only Sir Paul McCartney has that other distinguished title as a billionaire who's performed for the Super Bowl halftime show. So having a billionaire perform for us, they better pull out all the stops, okay? This definitely should be a very big production in my mind. So,
totally. Have you seen her I want to say it's on Netflix. The Savage and Fenty shows. If you haven't seen the Savage and Fenty shows, I believe it's on Netflix. It's by Rihanna. It's like a music video, a film, a fashion show, an art show, all in one. The production is mind-blowing. If you haven't seen it, for real, check it out. Even if you're a Rihanna fan, you're going to love it. Even if you're not, you can appreciate all that. I think there's 4 parts now. I envision that coming to life on stage.
Wow.
Oh, yes, really quickly, yes. Oh, my God. Is that Nevada Nick? I know. Can you believe it? It's the last game of the season and the first time we've had you on the show this year. That's incredible.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. We're happy to have you back. And we're going to get into some of your picks here in a minute. So why don't we just go ahead and start? Well, since we're talking about Rihanna, should we start with the Rihanna one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to go with, so there's a bet if she exposes a butt cheek. I'm going to go she doesn't expose a butt cheek. It's minus 130, which means you have to lay $130 to win 100 back. So you'll go there, you give them 130. If you win, they give you back 230. But yeah, I don't think she will. Angela, I believe, disagrees with me. She thinks it's like
100%. Not only is she going to expose her butt cheek, she's gonna come out with it hanging out. No, I actually think she'll come out with something and take it off. But dang, I wish I would have known that when I was in Vegas, because I'm putting down hundos on that. That booty popping tonight.
I got one question though.
Yeah.
How long ago didn't Rihanna just have
Don't
a baby?
say it, Omar. Stop, Omar.
Didn't she just have a baby? Because depending on how close she had that baby, that's where I would bet. I don't think the ass may not come out, because if you just had a baby like 6 months ago, you ain't gonna put your booty out there. But if it was like a year ago, then okay, we might.
When J-Lo did it, I actually had to look up a definition, because they had something on there, so reverse butt cleavage. And I'm like, what is reverse butt cleavage?
Reverse butt cleavage.
That's what was one of the prop bets were when she did the show.
Dang.
Wow.
Remind me what that is. Is that when the top of the butt's exposed?
I guess, yeah. So even if you had that. Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
Nobody needs to see that.
Wait,
that's basically plumber's butt,
that's
right?
plumber crack. That's plumber crack. Yeah. That's plumber crack.
So they try to make it
why?
by going from plumber's butt to reverse. Okay.
And even if a woman shows plumber crack, it ain't sexy. I mean, it's plumber crack.
Okay, so here's my prediction. I don't think she will.
Me either. Especially with the whole Janet Jackson thing, too.
Well, with that, and I think, she has that the baby. She's going to want this to go down in history as the best show ever. That she wants her child to be able to see that when, I don't even know, is it a boy or girl? When the child's grown. I just think she's going to be class with a little edge. So.
This is Rihanna.
That's my girl.
I'll buy that. Class with a little edge.
She's wearing lingerie or nearly nothing in every music video, and I'm not mad at it. But now she's gonna cover up on the biggest stage in the world because she has a baby? Come on.
There's also class with a lot of edge. So and I think
she'll
give us both. Right. That's what I'm saying. I think she'll give us both.
Okay.
Whether there's but that could still have some kind of cheek involved. I don't know.
Okay.
We could have a whole hour discussion on can you show cheek and still have class?
The cheek's gonna be popping. That's my prediction. All right, what other over-unders do you have for us?
My next one, I got the national anthem. It's gonna be over 121 seconds. I don't remember the guy's name, to be honest with you, but he's a country singer. And I was watching something on it, and they said how he likes to draw things out. And the last country singer to do it, I want to say it was Luke Bryan, and his went over. So I'm going to go over for that reason and hope he really likes to drag this song out.
Chris Stapleton, he's good. I'm Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go over on that. I'll have my. It's funny, we're all sitting there, and we're all degenerates, so we'll hit our timer right away when the anthem starts, and because that's what's great about the Super Bowl too. Like you can bet, and this is another one I'll do. I do heads, even though I'm a tails never fails guy. Everybody bets tails, and Vegas always wins, so I'm going to bet heads. But yeah, I like the national anthem over 121 seconds.
So how long is the national? How long is it? How long is it normally, traditionally? Does anyone know?
I don't know. Are we going to do two? Are we going to do two? You remember, what was that? Where they had like two? They'll do like the one national anthem, and then they'll do like the other national anthem. Are they doing two? Or is this all just for the one?
Or you mean like America the Beautiful or something like that?
Man, you know what?
Actually, it's a minute and 56 seconds. So whatever that 60.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. That's what I thought. Yeah.
120. Wow. So 121. Oh, so we're just right over. Here's the thing that he probably will go over, but I feel like he's very traditional. I don't think he's going to go too off. I feel like he's going to sing it as it's supposed to be sung.
I'm surprised they allow that, because if I was the singer, I would have somebody bet over for me and then just like drag it out as long as I could.
That's a good point.
That is.
That's hilarious.
How many songs?
That's why he's Nevada Nick.
How many songs are they going to open with? Because remember, they've done like America the Beautiful, and you know what I mean? We've done like, that's what I was talking about, where they'll do like not just the national anthem, but they'll do a couple of other like, patriotic songs and things like that. So I'm wondering, are we going to hit like a trifecta?
They did
America
something
the Beautiful
in Miami, and then I remember they did like 3 that year. Mm-hmm. We were in the Iraq War, and they had they did like 3 or 4 that year.
They did like the black national anthem, the regular national anthem. Hey, we could just throw in like the Latino national anthem. You know what I mean? We could just hit everybody up real quick.
Event going to last. It's going to be on from 3 to midnight at this point.
Like we got all the seasoning in there. Come on, y'all.
Angela, did you start early today? You got the dinking game alert, not the drinking game alert.
Super Bowl. Thank you.
Yep, that's right.
Wow.
I'm going to leave it.
I don't know what a dinking.
I'm not even going to change it.
Sometimes the dinking game sounds like the story of my life. The dinking game, right? Jeez.
And then my last prop bet I'm going to give out. I like Miles Sanders is 22-1 for Super Bowl MVP, and I could see a real, the way the Eagles run the football, that he runs the ball a lot, has maybe 2 touchdowns, 100 yards, and can be MVP. I think that's a good value for a guy like him. I actually had Cooper Kupp last year, and I think it was 7.5 or 8-1, and I hit that. Because he had that great fourth quarter drive and ended up winning MVP. So I think that's good value. So like something like that, if you bet $100, you would obviously get $2,200 back. So that's that'd be like, even if you bet $10, you get $220 back. That's a lot. That's good return on somebody like Miles Sanders.
Wow.
Dang, I need to go back to Vegas. I should have talked to you just 2 days ago. Yesterday, maybe. I don't even remember when it was.
Did you see any of the Pro Bowl stuff?
Yeah, I went to the Pro Bowl.
Oh, did you? Was it cool?
Yeah. It was actually a cool event. I mean, it was just kind of a cool event to be at. The games were kind of monotonous, but it was fun to see like the players' personalities. There were a lot of people. We watched it from the Win Club, so there were a lot of like people that are involved in football and stuff, just hanging out, and they were all very friendly. And there were different events, and the players came over to the trough, what they call it down there, to say hi to everyone. So it was just kind of a good networking, good vibe, the whole thing, So
how were
the game
fans with Carr?
How was what? They actually, I have it on video. He got a really good ovation. I was wondering what it was going to be like. He got probably, him and Devontae got a loud ovation. I was kind of wondering if they were going to boo him, to be honest. But no, much respect. They gave him much respect.
Not out of because I think a lot of people feel he's, been with the organization a long time, been loyal. But I thought just with the whole situation that he won't extend because he could extend it a couple weeks. And I think, what is it,
right.
the 15th? That they have to basically release him by, or they got to pay him the guaranteed the whole year.
Right.
Yeah. So
they're going to release him.
Yeah, that's what it looks like now.
I think so.
Hey, Fish and Game asked a very good question. When the Raiders play in the Super Bowl at home, who plays the halftime performance? Come on.
Donnie Marie.
Too short. Come on. It's going to be a compilation. It's going to be a compilation. I mean, come on. It's got to be like at least Ice Cube.
Elvis impersonators.
Come on.
I don't know. If I was Ice Cube, though, I don't know that I'd be able to sit in the box with Mark Davis, because I would just be like,
it's there all the time.
I know, but you took my team out of Oakland, or let's say if you're going to move to LA, but to go to Vegas now, and like I said, I think the biggest problems with Vegas, is that they lost that home field advantage, and trust me, that's important. Like going through Philly in the last 2 games in the playoffs, that was huge, and it's hard to travel and deal with the crowd. And and they kind of lost that, which is a shame. Sorry, I'm not.
Yeah, no, it's true, but that's already proven to be not the case. I mean, he already sits in the box with Mark Davis. He already performs at halftime. He's performed at halftime, 2 times at least, I think.
Well,
he performed this year not too long ago.
But if we have the Super Bowl at home and we're in that Super Bowl, I mean, it's got to be like Santana, Cube. I mean, it's got to be like a compilation.
Been there, so.
You know who it's going to be? It's going to be like, Donnie Marie's a joke. No, they're not a joke. I'm joking. But they might play beforehand. But honestly, it's going to be someone like the Killers. It's not going to be any Oakland vibe. It's going to be Las Vegas.
All I'm saying is I just would like performance that are Raider fans. I want Metallica.
I want Metallica.
Could you imagine Santana, Metallica, and Ice Cube all on the stage with some compilation song? Come on,
No,
man.
I can't.
Come
I
on.
can't. It's not happening.
can.
The very first game
big,
that
baby.
the Raiders had in Las Vegas, the Killers opened the season.
Yeah.
The season.
man.
Because
That's
they're
right.
from Nevada. I'm
Yeah,
telling
that's
you,
right. I
They do
remember
not care about the culture of Oakland or LA. Or the
Rihanna's
Raiders.
not
They
from
care-
Arizona. Rihanna's not from Arizona, and she's doing the
I
halftime
know,
show.
but they do tend to. Sometimes they tend to mix those types of things, right? And
I
especially
mean,
if it's
last
in
year
Vegas.
we had hip hop royalty up there last year, so I don't think it's far fetched to get Santana and Metallica on the same stage. I don't think so. I'm writing my letter now. Let's just
Now,
write
last
the letters
year's-
now.
Right.
Last year's represented LA pretty well. Last year's represented LA pretty well.
Has Vegas
Huh?
been promised the Super Bowl? Because usually when you get a new stadium, that's one of the things that
Yeah,
the
next-
It's
NFL
next
bids the
year.
Super Bowl.
Next
It's
year.
next
It's
year.
next
Is it
year.
next
Next
year?
year.
Yeah.
Next
Oh,
year,
okay.
yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be
Oh.
huge for the. I mean, everybody's going to want to go to that.
Well, hey, you know what? If I'm lucky, I'll get my Hooker jersey, and I'm gonna get Metallica and
you're gonna get the
Santana
Hooker.
with Ice Cube all on the same stage, and y'all gonna be like, "Damn, Omar, your ass should be called Nostradamus."
You know what I'm kind of excited to
not.
hear about? I'm also excited to hear about the flyover. It's a first all-time female crew to fly over in the jets. Much respect to them.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think they'll show us, but that's pretty awesome.
That's cool.
They won't?
Yeah.
Why not? I think they will.
They are. What are you talking about?
You said you
Yeah,
don't
the
think they'll
flyover?
show us?
Oh,
No,
I'm sorry, I don't know
yeah,
what
I didn't. No, you're right. I said I don't think they'll show us, but if they do,
I
then-
think
I
they
think
will.
they'll show it. I think
I
they'll
mean,
show it.
they've been talking about this all-woman flyover crew. You know, it's been just trending a lot. So hopefully
Yeah.
they will. You know what I mean? Because they've been. If you're gonna hype it that much, you might as well show us.
This is
you know
true,
What I
this
mean?
is true.
So it would make
Yeah.
no sense.
much
but
respect.
I
And can
don't
I
know.
just say this? I'm gonna be hated on by everyone, but who cares? Because my opinion's never popular. I actually don't really want to see Ice Cube and Too Short at a halftime show. They're
With
not to me. They're
Metallica?
not. They're,
With Metallica
no,
and
they're
Santana.
just not big enough anymore. We see Ice Cube at every black hole party 10 times a year. Like, sorry, I want
Buzzkill.
I mean, this city's known for their productions and their residencies
So
and stuff.
make it a
It's
big
gotta be
production.
massive.
Make it a big production. Do a Hammer style.
we
Throw
need-
100,000 dancers on the stage.
Oh,
Always love Hammer.
Hey, I'm just like, hey, come on, don't be a buzzkill. Just
by the way,
add all kind of flavor.
I actually saw MC Hammer not too long ago, within the last 5 years, and I was blown away. The way he literally busted the door to come onto stage and had all his dancers all over the place. I was not expecting him to still bring that. It was really good.
There you go. There you go.
And that's been what now? Was that late 80s, early 90s? When
Early 90s, yeah.
Yeah. Because that was the big thing with the Falcons, too. Like, he would go out with the Falcons and all, and Dion, and
Right. I forgot about that.
yeah.
There we go.
Oh, wait. Wait.
Sade. Hey, I love Sade, but
I
man,
love some Sade.
we all be just drunk and just chilling on the sweetest taboo for halftime. I'm like, I think we need a little bit more hype than Sade. That's all. Hey, I love Sade. Hey, my girl loves Sade. Hey, can't hate on Sade, but I just don't know if that's halftime material.
So, do the Raiders fans want Aaron Rodgers?
Sunshine Bug. Hello. Nice
What's
to
up,
see you.
baby?
Hi,
Hey,
Sunshine
check my
Bug.
ribs.
Now.
Baby, go check my ribs. Make sure they smoking. Make sure it's not over 225. Oh,
Can you check your app for me?
I'm smoking and drinking with just a different type of smoking.
And we're on our
just
way right after
Check your
this.
app for me?
Hey, you know where I live.
All right.
You know where I live.
But Nevada Nick, I want to ask you, because you are most in tune with this Super Bowl. What are your? I
Right.
mean, you must have some
Great.
overall thoughts, MVPs, standout players. Like, tell me what
Yeah.
you think you make of this game.
I mean, obviously, it's tough for me. I mean, I think it's going to be a close game. I really do. I see a 3 or 4 point game. I think it's close. I think the Eagles have the better team, but I think the Chiefs have the better quarterback and the better head coach. Well, I believe the game is won in the trenches, offense and defensive lines, and I think the Eagles have an advantage there. I really do. A lot of question marks on both teams. The Chiefs, how healthy is Mahomes' ankle? How healthy are the receivers on the outside? The Eagles, and everybody's been talking about Jalen Hurts' shoulder and being able to throw the ball down the field. But I mean, I really think it's going to come down to who doesn't make mistakes. Obviously, one big thing: the Chiefs are the worst team in football on 3rd and 1. So I think that could come down to a big thing because the Eagles are great. Eagles are probably the best team in football in short yardage, and the Chiefs really struggle. One guy to watch out for who's been great in the playoffs, Hassan Reddick for the Eagles. He's going against the Chiefs' worst lineman, Andrew Wiley. I think he could have a big game. Obviously, I'm concerned about Chris Jones on the Chiefs. He's just been raising havoc all year. But I think the Eagles line can handle them. I see the Eagles winning like 24-20, 27-24.
I'm hoping higher than that. I got to look at my numbers though to tell you where I hope they win, but it's something like that. 40-33 Eagles. I'm just hoping for lots of offense, man.
Well, the last
really
Super Bowl the Eagles win was 41-33 when they beat the Patriots.
Yeah.
This one, I just think Kansas City's not as explosive as they were without Tyreek Hill, and Mahomes is hurt, so it's going to be a lot of quick passes. And the Eagles tend to have long drives too, with running the football. So I don't think it's going to be a lot of quick scoring. And you've seen a lot of Super Bowls too. They tend to start off, teams are a little, the nerves, I think, and kind of need to get into the game. And you see a lot of slow starts. That's another prop really too. I've won the last 4 years is first score is not a touchdown. So it's a safety or a field goal. That's hit the last 4 years for me, and I like it again this year. But yeah, I think it could be a slow start. Teams feeling each other out. But yeah, I mean, it could get in the 30s. You never know. Well, if you get turnovers or crazy things can happen.
Definitely. I only hope you're wrong that it is still a high scoring game. But other than that, hey, I want the Eagles to win. I do. I just want to see some high flying. Some just a lot of good quarterback play.
If the Eagles do win, the Raiders should love Eagles because then we knocked out Tom Brady for you and Patrick Mahomes. So
I like that.
We can say that. So I'm hoping we can get it.
Oh yeah.
What's the So you gave your score prediction. What does Vegas have it as? Do you know?
1.5 minus 1.5.
Okay.
So I mean,
wow,
really, you're better off. Just so, like, if you've heard of money line, which is basically just picking who wins the game, you can get money line for minus 120. So you're honestly better off just in case, because then if the Eagles win by 1, you win. Now, if it's minus 1.5, you'd lose. You're better off paying the extra juice there and probably just betting a money line instead of laying 1.5, just in case, because you never know in football. And if it lands on 1 point and you're betting big money or something, you're going to be killing yourself saying, I should have just bet a money line. So I would just take Eagles money line.
Okay. I think Speedy says he wants you to be his, I don't even know what they're called. Broker?
Yeah.
Bookie.
Bookie.
Yeah, not many bookies anymore.
Yeah, I know. He says, here we go. He says, Nevada Nick, if I send you some money, can you put bet down for me?
Yeah, I definitely can. I got plenty of see, with me too, I don't just have one account. I have like 6 across different things because you see different point spreads, and like when lines come out early too, they can change, and you can actually get a game where like you'll have a team at pick, and then you can bet the other side at 3.5. So if the one team wins by a field goal, you actually win both games. So it's called meeting a game. So some people do.
This is the problem with it, right? Because it sounds very fun, but like obviously addicting.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right,
like,
which is a problem.
Well, and that's why it's tough for everybody to, because like there's all the rules to gambling, and like one of them I said earlier is don't bet with your heart, and you can't. But 2, everybody, like, you really should only bet the games you really like. But when you get to Monday night, if you're up, you want action, so you're just going to bet the game because you want action. And really, if you don't like the game, you should stay away. But yeah, I mean, for me, this year is the best year I ever had. I was lucky. I had a good year.
So nice. You mean betting you won a lot?
This is the best year I ever had this year. Yep.
Nice. We got support for you here. Fly, Eagles fly.
Oh yeah.
And look, I am an honorary Raiders fan too. Eagles are my team.
You are.
I am an honorary Raiders fan too. When they're not
Can
playing.
you do the Eagle chant for us,
Oh,
please?
man.
And the clap. And the move.
I can't embarrass myself like that because I agree.
He's like,
the fight song.
Wow.
Fly Eagles fly on the road to victory. Fight Eagles fight. Score a touchdown 1, 2, 3. Hit them low, hit them high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly Eagles fly on the road to victory. And then it's Now EAGLES is cool. I like that. But the rest
go
do without.
Well,
There it is.
Wow,
Angela's sitting there like
Yeah.
clapping her hand down and laughing at me as I do it.
hey, I'll drink to that Super Bowl win. Super Bowl.
Do the Raiders have
Super
a fight song?
Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it
the
sounds
autumn
nothing. It's the autumn win, and it sounds nothing like 1, 2, 3. Let me win, or whatever you just said.
Right.
Hey, I didn't make it up.
Hey,
I'm not a fan of it either.
yeah.
No,
I do like EAGLES. I do.
you do like that one.
Well,
Yeah,
it's good that you have multiple reasons to want to see the Chiefs lose. As an Eagle fan and Raider fan, you have twice the incentive now.
yeah. The name of our lyrics are a villain big and bold, pillaging just for fun, swaggering boisterously, not 1, 2, 3 touchdown, please, or whatever.
yeah. I will say your lyrics are much better than ours. I'll agree with you on that.
Oh, that's funny.
I
Anyway, I don't know.
that
Can you
song.
buy that version on iTunes? So you said you were an honorary Raiders fan. You know that we've known that for a couple
We know
years
that.
now.
Yeah.
Give us your kind of recap on what's gone down with the Raiders this season.
Well, I know, like I said, I know a lot of people weren't happy with McDaniels, but I'm not going to blame it on him. To me, it's an organizational problem. Yes. Is there things he could have done to be better? Yes. But, like one thing I look at, if you'd have told me the Raiders would have had the success running the ball that they had this year, I'd have been like, wow, that offense is going to be pretty good. Now, look, Waller gets hurt, Renfro gets hurt, and that matters. Honestly, and I'm going to compare this to something. I think the problem does lie a lot with Carr. I compare him to Carson Wentz. Like Wentz, you'll see the stats and but they lack leadership. And then you watch a guy like Jalen Hurts. Eagles love him. They play hard for him. They rally around him. He sets the tone. He's the first guy in, the last guy out. And if there's a problem, he's going to address it. He's not going to go to a press conference and cry and call people out. And then, a couple weeks later say he never had a bad word to say. And I don't know what it is. I don't like to kill Derek Carr. I mean, because it's not all on him. It's not. I think it's more the organization and the executives. But
Definitely.
I mean, and like I said, I didn't like the offensive line this year, but they definitely underperformed. But I will say this too: if you look at it, they're not that far off. There's a lot of close games, a lot of blown leads, and if you kind of take a play here or a play there in those games and switch it, it could have been a much different year. Trust me, they could have been a 10 or 11 win team. They just need to fix some things, obviously on defense, and they got to shore up the offense. But they're not that far off. I mean, I know you look at the record and how they started, but yeah, they're not that far off. But it's just the decisions. Like the draft has been horrible. Like the Eagles, 10 of the 11 starters on offense are draft picks, and only 2 of them were first round picks. All later round picks. And they just need to make better decisions. And then the one guy you drafted you should keep, you decline his 5th-year option with Jacobs. And now,
I
now
know.
you know what's going to happen there. It's like they can't do anything right. I'm not trying to, go on, but you just need to start making those decisions right. And that's what the Eagles have been able to do with Howie Roseman. He's turned around, teams real quick. And it's not like you need to spend money. A mistake I thought they made in the offseason, like Chandler Jones. He's a nice player, but he's 32. Eagles went out and get Hassan Reddick for $20 million cheaper, and he's 27 years old. And $20 million cheaper. We get Bradbury on a 1-year deal. So there's things out there. They just gotta find them. I mean, I thought Devontae Adams was a great pickup this year. Now it's going to be about finding the right quarterback, shoring up the offensive line, and getting the defense good. But I do not think the Raiders are that far off. I love Crosby. I really do. I think they're an offensive line. And a quarterback, and then get a couple players on defense away from being a real.
That's
threat.
a lot. That's a lot when you add a quarterback. That's a lot.
You saw the Eagles team you guys smoked last year. They were terrible on defense.
But Jalen was there.
Yeah. But he looked good last year. He improved. And that's my point with Carr. Carr points the finger. And did you really see, Carr improve? And the one thing with Carr, I've always said this, the one thing he's consistent at is that he's inconsistent. And that's just the truth. And I understand all quarterbacks are going to have bad games. But he just was too much of a roller coaster for me. You want steady as much as you can out of the quarterback position.
So what do you think? If you could predict what we're going to do, I'll say that in draft, Nick. What would you think?
In the first round?
Well, no, that's the thing.
I think they're going to get a veteran quarterback. I don't think they're going to get a rookie. I don't know if it's Rodgers. I think there's a possibility because I think him and Devontae, with the chemistry they have, I think Jimmy G's a possibility just because of his relationship with McDaniels and playing with each other and the Patriots. And that kind of does make sense because Jimmy G's, he's like a game manager, but with a guy like Devontae, it might be different. And you don't got to pay him $40 million a year, so you kind of save some money that you can spread around to the rest of the team. Look, first round, I think they got to go offensive line. You got to get that offensive line going because they ran the ball great with a subpar offensive line. I mean, they could really be, offensively, they could be a top 5 offense, no doubt. And then, a couple players on defense and they're not far off.
I just think the Raiders have just a tad bit.
What'd you say, Omar?
I said I disagree with you just a tad bit because our O-line started off crappy in the beginning.
Yeah.
And they did, just like the previous year, they did improve a little bit. So the only reason we still need to improve it, but I don't think if depending on who's there at what position, if we're not trying to, and I hope we don't blow a lot of picks trying to move up and play fancy in the draft. O-line is, I would say yes, but I think defense is more critical for the first round pick.
Secondaries, they really need secondary help. So if it's not offensive line, they could really use secondary help. Obviously, did they sign Crosby long term? They did, right?
Yeah.
He's you got to keep him. Obviously Adams is there.
Perriman is the only, I think, free agent on defense that to me should be a priority because our linebackers aren't that great either, and he was the best, and he's been consistent. So I'm hoping that they re-sign Perriman.
I think they need to trade Waller. I really do. Something just rubs me the wrong way with him.
Yeah,
I know. Same here.
He's disposable to me.
And to Angela, I've heard Angela the last 2 years kind of bring it up. Like, I just feel like sometimes too he could play and he doesn't. And when you got the rest of your teammates, and trust me, your teammates remember that kind of stuff. When you got guys that are really hurt going out there and risking it for your team, and then this guy's like, oh, I can't play. I don't know. There's just something that – so I would move on from him. I understand he's a talented guy, but you could probably get a nice pick from him. I'm keeping Renfro. I'm keeping Adams. That's where I would go. Yeah. I'm telling you, I can tell you this. I could do better than they've done the last 5 years. I guarantee you that. And I haven't been a GM the one day in my life.
And everybody keeps talking about Rodgers. Of course, I like Rodgers. I just don't like the price for Rodgers. I don't like what we would have to trade for him, and I think his salary would take away what we could do in free agency. And without that money, especially going to defense, I just think it's a moot point. I really do. I'd rather have Jimmy G. I'd rather stay with the guy that we already have on our team and just re-sign him. Stidham, and then draft. I would. I'm serious because I just don't think even a Rodgers without improving the defense will be enough. I just don't.
Plus, Rodgers, what are you getting, 2 years? You know what I mean? So
maybe.
It's like,
you get iffy. You get every year he'll be like, am I going to retire?
Right. And you do that and then you're right back in the same boat in 2 years.
Yep.
So No, I agree with you. I would go.
If we can get him on discount, I'm with it. If we can get him on a discount, a lower round pick or something, and he restructures his contract, if he gives us the I might be here every year kind of a contract, then I'll take it.
Yeah.
But Stidham, I don't think Stidham's not the answer. I don't think he.
Then Jimmy G or what's the one guy who just played for the Browns? He's played in our system too.
Mayfield.
No. He's on the Browns. He also played for the Colts. He's bounced around.
Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. I take Jacoby. Hey, he hasn't looked bad. And like I say, hey, go. If you're going to grab one of these first-round quarterbacks, we need a decent stopgap guy. And Jimmy G would be great. I think Jacoby would be great. Like I say, Stiddy, one of them. But we need defense. I don't care who you put behind center without improving our defense.
If they do draft a young quarterback, I still would bring Stidham back, though, just so you're not rushing a guy in if he's not ready. Is that a real quarterback?
Yeah,
I agree with that. I would keep him as well, but I don't think he's the future of the Raiders at all.
He's like a what do they call it? Like a he's gonna hold place basically for a year. He's not your franchise quarterback. I am kind of interested to see how Derek Carr looks somewhere else, because
me too.
I don't think you're going to see the results. I mean, unless he's on some if he had like a team like the Eagles where you're got a great line and great receivers and a great running back, I don't think he would hurt him. But I just like a team like the Jets, like they're talking about, I could see the offense getting a little bit better, but not a lot better. And like I said, I'm curious to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm more worried about my Raiders than Derek Carr. I just want him to be gone. I just want Carr to be gone. End of the Carr saga. Done. And I'm not a Carr hater at all. Hey, I wish you well, boss man. I'm just a Raider lover, so I'm just like, be gone. Hurry.
No, but I'm watching though. Wherever he goes, I'm checking it out. I'm checking it out. I'm seeing how it goes down for sure.
I mean, hey, there was already stuff going around about 2024 when we play the Saints again if he goes to the Saints. You know what I mean? Like, that's already being hyped up, and there's not even a contract yet. So I think the Saints want him to restructure his contract, and I think that's where this thing may die.
The Saints are like $30 million over the cap too.
Yep.
So like I just don't see how they get it done. And I think a lot of these teams now, the way Carr's done it, I think a lot of them are just saying, like, why are we going to go give a second or third round pickup for this guy when we can just try to – now, if they go to free agency, you might get into a bit of a bidding war. But, I mean, I think he's getting like $30 million anyway. I don't think teams are going to go like much higher than that for Derek Carr.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't think so.
I was thinking around 20, 25, and girls
I mean,
about 10, 12.
That's what I would say. Go get it somewhere else, buddy. Because you got to prove it first.
Yeah, I like I say, can't wait till it's over. Close that chapter, on to the next. The biggest thing I'm hoping for is that we don't have a QB carousel. So that's why I'm like, please draft, because no matter what we do in free agency, I don't see anything in free agency that looks long-term unless we do some crazy trade with the Patriots for what's his name, you know what I mean? Which I don't think they're going to do. So therefore, draft your quarterback for the future. Get
one guy I like
guy.
That will be there, I think, where the Raiders are picking is Will Levis from Kentucky.
Levi? Wait, is it Levis or Levi?
Is it Levi?
I've been calling him Levi because
I don't know. But
okay.
Hell yeah. But I think he's I like him because I don't think Bryce Young or Stroud's going to be there by then. But a lot of people had the Raiders taking Paris Johnson from Ohio State, the tackle.
The tackle?
But, yeah. But I think Will Levis, whatever. I think he could be really good, and we'll see.
Yeah, I mean he seems to play. I haven't done a lot of research, but he seems to play a tough style of football. You know what I mean? Like maybe he's the second coming of Ben Roethlisberger. So I mean, just for that style of play, like I would love to have Stroud because of the accuracy and all these other things that I like about him. But if I think of someone in the first round that's worth that 7th round pick, that's tough. The Kentucky QB comes to mind. You know what I mean? But his last name isn't Hooker, so therefore it does me no good.
What do you think about Caleb Williams from USC?
He's going back to USC, so he won't be able to follow.
Yeah. We would have to suck a whole nother year. We would have to not do anything and suck a whole nother year to get him.
I think Caleb Williams would be great, and I think it would be a great fit because he's loved in LA, which obviously the Raiders are the most important team in LA. I mean, so I think it would be great for the organization. I think he might be the next like really good young quarterback. I like him a lot. The other one that's around there too is Anthony Richardson, but he's one of those guys that's like potential.
High gamble, man.
Yeah, he had a rough year this year. That's why I said I would get the kid from Kentucky.
I mean, if Richardson slips to out of the first round, great. You know what I mean? But because he does have a high upside, but he has he has the potential to be Jamarcus Russell 2.0. And not from the purple drink perspective. Just, you know what I mean? Number one, not a lot of experience, and the things that he isn't good at, quick decision making, etc.
Right.
To me, he's definitely boom or bust. And I don't, me as a GM, I'm never picking a boom or bust player in the first round. I'm just not, So.
Well, I don't think you're going to see that as much now with the Raiders, where you take a guy like Leatherwood, who would have been a second-round pick, and then he's gone. I mean, when I look at the last 3 years draft, and all of them are almost gone, it's unbelievable to me. It's almost unheard of. So I don't think you'll see that as much now because they got the right guys in there. Now it's just about drafting the right people.
I mean, like I say, especially if your guy isn't there in the first round. I'm sure Hendon Hooker will be there in the second round. That kid is accurate. He played against SEC defenses. It's the reason why I keep talking about him. You know what I mean? Because he's got a bunch of touchdowns and very few interceptions. And you know what? I can work with that. Me as a GM, I'll work with that.
Early on, too, I had him as my Heisman Trophy winner. And then he got hurt, and he's really, really impressive. Now, there's a lot to like about him. I agree with you. Definitely. So that's what I'm saying.
Really quickly before we go out here, Bruce Davis. So I guess we'll just do our quick answer here. Who do we think? We'll just answer the question, right? Not who we want. Yeah. So who do you think will be the starting quarterback for the Raiders?
Who's going first?
I'll go. Jimmy G. I think that's who it ends up being.
Yep. I'm going to go with Rodgers.
Okay.
I'm with him. Jimmy G. Yep. That's who I think we're going to get. Yep.
Girl.
So hard, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Rodgers.
Wow.
He's been in the dark for a while, so he's come on all the way over to the dark side. Let's just do it.
That's what he's doing now. He's going to do some darkness retreat or something like that, and then he's going to say he's playing.
Sounds terrible.
I hope when he hears when he hears his inner self in this darkness retreat, I heard he says, "I want to be a Raider on discount."
There you go. Well, Nevada Nick, thank you for joining us today.
No
Finally, we had you on the show this season.
Know,
good luck to your Eagles.
Good to have you back.
We'll all be rooting for you. And we'd love to have you back on to do a recap, hopefully a winning recap.
Yeah,
if you'd
definitely.
Like. Yep. All right, good luck today. Have fun.
Thank you.
See you
guys.
All right, Nick. Holla at you later, boss.
Enjoy that concert. Enjoy the concert.
All right, well, thank you,
Man.
Nevada Nick, for being on. We're all going to enjoy today's game. More importantly, I'm going to be enjoying the concert. And no matter who's playing in the Super Bowl, you know, we go out one way and only
one way.
Bye, y'all.
I'm excited for Rihanna.
Go see that concert. Here, where's my hat?
Is it time yet?
Blah, blah,
All right,
blah.
y'all. Enjoy the game. See you next time. Yeah, no money.